Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It's another Auntie Heather story time. And today I am reading Over in the Garden by Janna Matthies, illustrations by Tisha Lee. Over in the garden, in the weeds, in the sun, bent a little brave gardener with her little shovel one. Dig, said the gardener. I dig, said the one, and she dug and she tugged in the weeds and the sun. Over in the garden with a wheelbarrow blue wobbled two twin little gardeners and their perky pups too. Chase, said the gardeners, we chase, said the two, and they chased bunny race around a wheelbarrow blue. Over in the garden by a bud-covered tree scooped a strong little gardener into compost bins three. Turn, said the gardener, we turn, said the three, and their spoils turned to soil by a bud-covered tree. Over in the garden on the fresh earthy floor knelt a smudged little gardener with tomato plants four. Grow, said the gardener, we grow, said the four, and their roots grew new shoots in the fresh earthy floor. Over in the garden in the greenhouse alive peeked a wild little gardener in her hyacinths five. Bloom, said the gardener, we bloom, said the five, and they bloomed and perfumed in the greenhouse alive. Over in the garden on a bench built of sticks sniffed a bright little gardener in her seed packet six. Fly, said the gardener, we fly, said the six, and their seeds caught the breeze in the by a bench built of sticks. Over in the garden as a storm stirred the heavens sighed a rushed little gardener under gloomy clouds seven. Wait, said the gardener, can't wait, said the seven, and they blew and they brewed as the storm stirred the heavens. Over in the garden, not a moment too late, called a stuck little gardener to her gardening friends eight. Help, said the gardener, we help, cried the eight, and they helped and they yelped, not a moment too late. Over in the garden, in a shelter made out of pine, hid the damp little gardeners in a huddle of nine. Rain, sang the gardeners, spring rain, sang all nine, and they danced and they pranced in a shelter of pine. Over in the garden, as the sun shone again, beamed a sweet little gardener pouring cocoa for 10. Warm, said the gardener, so warm, said all 10, and they warmed, now transformed, as the sun shone again. And again. And again. Well, that turned out lovely, didn't it? So that is the story of Over in the Garden. I like the way the rhythm went in the rhymes. That's always fun to read. So if you like these types of things and stories, please click like, subscribe, dingling the notification bell. Roma, Riva, and Krishna, Auntie Heather loves you very much, and Auntie Heather loves the rest of you too. Take care, everybody. See you next time. Bye-bye.